City. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Tonight, we'll see the Utah Jazz as they play against the New Orleans Pelicans. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Hey, Dave.
Head coach Quinn Snyder is trying to help the Jazz break through in a crowded Western Conference. Snyder said, "There's always challenges, and I'm comfortable with adversity. I just want to keep the right perspective. I've got something that I love to do." And Kevin, he is one of the biggest reasons the Jazz is always a factor.
He is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. Taking a look at Utah. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, there's the Pelicans. They're much further down in the standings right now.
And I think for Utah, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Zion is the 4, with Favors at the 5. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Ingram in at the 3 spot. And for the Jazz, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Bogdanovich out there with Gobert, and it's O'Neal in at the small forward. Now, here's Ball. Pass to Favors. Doris, what are you going to be watching about these two teams who seem to be strong up front?
Yeah, I think certainly both have guys with size who also bring incredible skill to the game. And it's really hard to win this league without at least one elite player at one of the front court positions.
Gobert, the pass to Mitchell. Back to Gobert. Kicks to Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one hits back iron. On offense here, the Pelicans. The pass to Ball. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. And that one's good. Ingram.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Ball against Conley. Pass to Gobert. Mitchell outside. And it's blocked. And here is Williamson. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Sacramento.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
Here is Conley. Zion Williamson making his last shot. Here's Gobert. And the rejection by Favors.
Derek Favors using that long frame to send that back twice on the pipes, Kevin.
Five to shoot. Mitchell outside.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Here's Williamson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Williamson's got his second basket of the game.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, Greg, you want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Now here is Conley, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. O'Neal, no good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Ingram outside. Pass to Favors. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. And one of the best defensive big men in the league, Derek Favors.
You're right, Kevin, because he's got the body to play bully ball, but the lateral quickness to deal with smaller players. When this guy gets down in his stance, he can cover some ground defensively.
And checking out some stats for Ball. unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging about 15 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Last outing for the Pelicans, it was a loss to the Kings in Sacramento. Here's Conley. Softly drops in the floater.
Gotta admire how clever Conley is. Gifted at catching the defense off guard with that soft floater.
Ball, the pass to Williamson. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, the shot by Holiday, no good.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
O'Neal against Ingram. Conley kicks to Bogdanovich. Up again, and there's Gobert, putting it right back in.
Well, Rudy Gobert with the size and length, they factor on the glass right now.
Here's Ball. 11 points for him in that last game against Sacramento. Outside Favors. There's the three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists tonight.
They've wasted no time settling into their
high post, Gobert. Mitchell outside. Back to Gobert. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Now off the inbound.
And so far, having trouble converting on the inside.
Well, that's about hustle and effort from Bogdanovich. To go after the rebound with that kind of intention is exactly what you hope for as a coach.
Now here's Favors. 5 points in the game. Ingram passes to Favors. And the shot is good. Favors has got 7 points.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
Stolen by Holiday. Favors. It's good on the putback.
In such a rhythm right now. Feathery touch. He's lighting them up.
Jazz trail by 12. Conley with it. Passes it to Mitchell. From down in the low post, it goes.
What area of the floor can't Donovan Mitchell score from? This guy, terrific job on the interior.
Here's the pass to Williamson. The dish to Ball. Pass to Williamson. 6 on the shot clock. Over Conley. And there's Williamson on the assist by Ball. Ball's got his 4th assist in this one. And so Conley will bring the ball up for Utah.
Timeout.
A 12-point game. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Nothing wrong with aggression as long as you're smart about picking your spots. And let's see if they can be a bit more disciplined this evening.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Davis is checked in for Bogdanovich. Joe Ingles comes in for O'Neal. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Now here's Mudiay. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Nailed from three-point land.
Well, the one thing about Clarkson, a little bit inconsistent from deep, so that's a welcome sight for his team.
Ball kicks to Hart. Back to Ball. Ingram outside. From deep. Ingles with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower, probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those two needs better than anyone in the league.
And he makes the first. So it's such an honor to be on this with you. And you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Jazz trail by 7. Moutier looking around. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And although the team didn't have much success last year, Emmanuel Moutier certainly got his career back, I thought, Doris, in the right direction.
Well, I think for Emmanuel, he had an opportunity for minutes, and he played as he needed to in order to show that he is a capable player going forward. The tools, I think, have always been there for the former number 7 pick. It's about starting to put it together consistently.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
Ball, the pass to Hart. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart on the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
And so he makes both from the line.
And the Utah fans known league-wide for their passion.
This is a very tough place to get a win on the road, Greg. You know that as well as anyone. You've got the elevation, second highest in the league, and as you mentioned, those fans are loud, proud, and passionate. Boy, Moutier, tough shot through contact. That is nice.
Ball against Moutier. Ball with the bucket. There's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. Moutier pass to Gobert. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. Gobert finds Clarkson. Just 5 to shoot. Hayes gets a hand on it. Here's Gobert. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. The Pelicans 4th.
They've been playing an exciting brand of basketball during that time. I mean, taking every chance to get out in the open floor.
Now Moore. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 59 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Hart. That one doesn't drop. And it's Utah the other way. Now here's Moutier. Passes it to Davis. Gobert trying to get open, and there's Davis. That's good on the assist for Mudiay.
You can see the improving court awareness of Emmanuel Mudiay, having an understanding for when to find his guys.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Melly passes to Hayes. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. There's 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Hart. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And the Pelicans lead by 7. And here's Clarkson. From deep three-point range. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. Back to the action after this word. Up 12 points. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what concerns you most about the first half?
Well, I think the tempo is in their favor right now. They're fast, and they're getting up and down the floor, so they're running out in transition.
Got to beat them to the punch. Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. The first half was all about Brandon Ingram. He ended up with 15 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. What did you think, Shaq, about New Orleans?
Second pick in the 2016 draft. This is what we expect from Brandon Ingram. He has so much talent, covers so much court with his length. You feel like he's on the precipice of greatness. Just needs the consistency.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Jazz.
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Brandon Ingram has been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for New Orleans right now, Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. And it's Favors in at center. Here's Holiday. Michael Conley making his last shot. Holiday finds Ball. Stolen by Conley. Bogdanovich with it. Now guarded by Ball. Here's O'Neal. Good on the shot, and that shaved the lead to single digits. O'Neal's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pelicans leading by 7. Now Holiday. Puts it up from 12. Green for 2 points. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Ball against Conley. He dishes it to Mitchell. Over Holiday. And it's Mitchell missing.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Here's Ingram. Feeds it to Favors. Another shot. And Ingram finishes inside. Ingram's got 17 now.
And not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can also contribute inside. The way he releases his shot makes it very difficult to block.
Knocked loose and stolen by Favors. Holiday goes in. Makes it off the glass. Holiday's got 4 points in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
Just 2 to shoot. Here's Gobert. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Williamson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Favors trying to break free, and that one's good. Williamson. He's got 17.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Doris, what is it, do you think, about Quinn Snyder that gives rise to that respect?
Well, you think about it. He played the game at a high level, of course, collegiately at Duke. He has paid his dues as a coach. He's got tremendous intellect for the game. And there's this growth mindset with him. He's always looking at himself. How can I get better?
And here is Ingram. Michael Conley getting his 3 to go. Gobert with the block. O'Neal inside. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovic showing off his ability to find the open man, Kev?
Ball, the pass to Holiday. This is to Ingram. Kicks it to Ball. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And that one's good by Favors.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Conley against Ball. Has to Gobert. Back to Conley. Kept alive. Oh, that's blocked.
And Ball using those long arms to just swat away that shot. I love the hustle. Always nice to have a point guard who can block shots.
Now here's Ingram. 17 points in the game. Here's Favors, and it's good for 2. Favors has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's Conley. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Mitchell. Favors with the rebound. Favors got 6 rebounds in the game.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Knocked away. Ball kicks to Holiday. Right wing. Here's Williamson. The rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And that one drops for him. And that's 10 points for Donovan Mitchell.
There is a level of physicality, and the frame of Donovan Mitchell allows him to finish through contact.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for O'Neal. Clarkson comes in for Donovan Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Hayes, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Etuan Moore comes in for Drew Holiday. Now here's Ingram. 17 points in the game. Lets it go from 11. Here's Favors. Gobert with the block. But they'll get another chance. And Derek Favors with the slam.
And Kevin, I think as long as Derek Favors is in rhythm, you've got to get him the basketball. This is such a talented offensive player.
Clarkson passes to Gobert. Now the dish to Ingles. And good that time.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Outside Favors. Pass to Ingram. From the line. Second chance shot. He can't get that one to fall. Gobert with the defensive effort. Jazz trail by 12. Ingles passes to Clarkson. Here's the three. And the Jazz, another three.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Ingram kicks the ball. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The Pelicans fourth.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
Clarkson kicks to Mudiay. Shoots. Pelicans with the rebound. Now here's Ball. Passes to Moore. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
The free throw off from Moore. And not just a long-range gunner, but Etuan Moore, also blessed, Greg, one of the NBA's best floaters.
I mean, he takes a lot of those mid-range shots, those floaters in the lane, that makes them more often than not. For a player standing 6'4", the ability to finish inside, providing that counterbalance to his three-point shooting.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Pelicans shooting the sixth attempt at the free throw line tonight, and Utah making a change here. Conley's checked in, and a change for the Pelicans. Drew Holiday's checked in for Moore.
What's up?
And the Jazz with possession here. They trail by 14. Conley, the pass to Bogdanovich. To the middle. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
And in a league obsessed with shooting, easy to see why Bojan Bogdanovic has solidified himself as a key player.
I mean, over 40% from long range in recent years, competes defensively. He's a player.
And so it's New Orleans with it, leading by 12. Here's Ingram, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
The Pelicans have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. And he makes both free throws.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Clarkson passes to Gobert. Conley surveying the D. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Nice ball movement by Utah. 5 on the clock. And here's Ingles outside. And it's Melly with the rebound.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Now Ingles, after Brandon Ingram missing on that last 3-pointer. Conley against Holiday. Lets it go from deep. Conley's shot is off. New Orleans leading by 14. Here's Ingram. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 21 points for Brandon Ingram.
And known for the jump shot, Ingram needs to keep firing away with confidence from that spot.
Here's Clarkson. It's blocked. Here's Hart. He's covered by Clarkson. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Okafor is checked in for Hayes. 35 seconds left in the third. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Clarkson. Knocks down the 10-footer. Clarkson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, Jordan Clarkson specializes at capitalizing on what the defense gives him. Nicely done in the mid-range.
And here's Holiday. He's got 6. To the wing on the left. Here's Hart. Here's Okafor. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, finishing quarter strong. Every coach preaches it. Nice work.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. New Orleans on top. They finish off the third quarter on a 14-4 run. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. Chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's Clarkson in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group right now for Utah. Ingram. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Love how Ingram toys with the opposition, drawing contact very easily on these kinds of attempts.
Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. Occupying that instant offense role, Doris, Jordan Clarkson able to get his shot anytime.
No doubt, Kevin. He's a little bit of a streaky scorer. The challenge is on the defensive end. That's where he has to really improve if he's going to stay on the floor and impact winning.
Count that one. Ingram's got 10 points in just the second half.
And it's easy to see just how dangerous Ingram is in the pick and roll. His size, the long arms, the shooting ability. The D has no clue as to what to do.
Mitchell's shot is good.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Holiday, the pass to Ingram. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Jazz trail by 18. Outside Conley. Back to Ingles. He kicks to Mitchell. Shoots from 12. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. 15 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Guys, you can tell Donovan Mitchell can wear down a defense. He's cooking right now.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Well, you might think at 6'3" in shoes, Donovan Mitchell is undersized for the shooting guard position. But his combination of strength and length, along with the athleticism, help him to hold his own.
The Jazz making a switch here. O'Neal's checked in, and the Pelicans making a change here as well. Williamson's checked in. Holiday looking over the floor. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Michael Conley picks one up.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Right nowadays, teams looking for +6 players. That's a player whose arm span exceeds their height by at least 6 inches.
Donovan Mitchell, how about a +9? I mean, a little over 6'1" in socks with a 6'10" wingspan. Those long arms, the reason for the Spider nickname.
Now, here's Ingles. Baseline try. Conley's shot is off. Williamson dishes the ball. Ingles against Ingram. Now the pass to Williamson. Tries from the block. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
I'll tell you, the plus wingspan is part of what makes Williamson so difficult to defend.
And Gobert kicks to O'Neal. Back to Gobert. And that one drops.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Pelicans leading by 18. Ingram outside. He can't get it to go. And it's Utah the other way. Mitchell in the corner. And it's Melly with the rebound.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Ingram against O'Neal. Here's Williamson. And it's good. Looking quite sharp with 10 of 12 shooting tonight.
And normal physicality doesn't get it done with Williamson. To stop him from scoring, you really have to up the ante and get him before he hits that launching pad.
Conley's shot is off.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Here's Ball. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. To the left side wing. You know, Doris, you and I love history. And you were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. Do you think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure, but it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current year. Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Ingram up top, guarded by O'Neal. And it's Ingram missing. Jazz trail by 17. Mitchell left side. Over Holiday. Again, the Jazz score.
I'll tell you cannot fault the defensive effort. Donovan Mitchell is just so good at keeping his concentration through a great contest.
Outside Holiday. Offline with his three. Jazz have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Here's Mitchell. That shot off. Some solid defense from Ingram. Pelicans leading by 15. Here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
And you got to appreciate the fearlessness with which he plays. Zion's ability to shoulder the offense at this stage of his career is incredible.
And the Jazz call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Zion Williamson.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And they were in danger of losing back-to-back games before he stepped to the forefront here tonight. This was not a game he was going to let get away from him. The Jazz keeping it alive. A new 14.
Well, Gobert is 7'1", and that in and of itself means he's difficult to contain. This guy really understanding how to play through contact.
Now here's Holiday. Here's the floater. The rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got rebound number 15 here tonight.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Jazz trail by 17. Mitchell looking it over. He dishes it to Conley. Gobert the pass to Conley. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
4th selection back in the 07 draft. Conley has been a reliable guard for many years.
Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Utah. To the paint. And the dunk by Williamson.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
On the wing, Mitchell. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
When he's determined to finish, Donovan Mitchell is so good powering through whatever the defense puts in his path. You know what I love about Donovan Mitchell? He is just as great off the court as he is on. This guy is engaging. He's self-aware. He is the real deal.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Holiday finds Ball. It's stolen by Gobert. Conley against Ingram. They grab their own miss. And the rejection by Favors. And he gets it back. Ball with it. And Ball slams it in.
And I just love the aggressiveness from Ball. When he's driving to the hoop, he's ready to attack the rim at will.
And with his dad working with Major League Baseball players, Mitchell was rubbing elbows with guys making millions. He saw some players who stayed humble and others who didn't. And you know what, Doris? I think it made an impression.
And I think, Kevin, if you listen to Donovan, he talks about how his parents impressed upon him the importance of how you treat people. So even with all the success, it's not going to this young man's head. He is so grounded.
Now here is Holiday. Dishes it to Favors. Kicks it to Ingram. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Bogdanovich. Pass to Conley. And here is Ingles. Right side, Bogdanovich. 4 on the clock. Here's Mitchell. Connects on the 17-footer. Mitchell's got 24.
When you think pure scorer, one of the guys that comes to mind, as young as he is, Donovan Mitchell.
Conley against Ball, and the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovich. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Now here's Favors. He had stolen by Ingles.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for New Orleans.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And with this win, they bring the season series to an end, guys, with a split. 2 games apiece.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Zion Williamson.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Now Conley. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Mitchell. And the layup falls.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Ingram against Ingles. Ingram outside. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.